Hi, my name's Kim. I'm a specialized Chinese medical provider and Taoist practitioner, and this channel is all about you, sharing with you information and solutions from the ancient Chinese cabinet of healing remedies and helping you figure out how to use those remedies in your everyday life. Cold and flu season is coming up on us, and I'm happy to say that this is the first year in the last 3 years that the flu season hasn't started in the summer. Last year, the season was pretty much all year.
But we're heading into fall and into the flu season. You might be wondering if there's anything you can do to help your body ward off the flu. I'm going to share with you some practices from Chinese medicine you can use to boost your immune system and protect you from the flu. You might already know that each season correlates with one of our organs in Chinese medicine. So each season is going to have a yin and a yang organ. And the one that we're going to be most interested in is going to be the yin organ. I have a neat video out here on the yin organs. In ancient China, they called the yin organs the 5 lights of illumination. I just think that is the neatest name. To learn more about what it means to be one of the 5 lights of illumination, check out this neat video on my channel. We're talking about the season of fall, and the organ, the yin organ associated with fall, is the lungs. So when we're thinking about fall, we're thinking about people who never get sick, or people who are always getting sick. And the person who never gets sick, you say, oh, wow, robust immune system. And the person who always gets sick, you say, wow, what a weak immune system. In Chinese medicine, this part of your immune system that protects you from external pathogens is called Wei Qi. And it's like a protective layer that guards the body from viruses and bugs.
In medical Qigong, which is one of the 5 branches of Chinese medicine, the Wei Qi extends beyond the surface of the body, creating this protective layer that surrounds and guards you from external pathogens. And if this protective layer is secure, you're going to avoid most colds and flus. But if it's weak, you're going to get sick. You're going to want to strengthen your Wei Qi in order to reduce your opportunity of getting sick. And how you're going to do that is through reinforcing and supporting your lungs.
The best time to strengthen an organ is before it's season. So the lungs, we want to start supporting the lungs before fall. The neat thing about Chinese medicine is pretty much everything is connected or associated. And what we learn from nature, we can use to take care of our own health. And we can just look at our gardens to find an example of having to prepare in advance. I love roses. And to have good roses, I have to prepare my plants at the end of the growing season. So throughout the growing season, my roses, they're going to bloom about 3 or 4 times. I'm going to prune them back during each bloom. And at the end of the season, I'm going to prune them back, remove all the leaves, and make sure the soil's acidic. And I do this to ensure the roses are healthy next year.
Some of the things that happened when I didn't prepare them, well, one year I forgot to remove the leaves, and they ended up getting a fungus, which has taken a ton of Epsom salt to get rid of. And then I didn't have enough time to pay attention to them, so I wasn't pruning them back, and I was leaving all these skinny little branches. Leaving those skinny branches left too much of my rose's energy focused on these skinny branches, weakening the plant overall. And I'm still working at trying to get them back from that today.
If you don't prepare your garden before the growing season, and if you wait until the growing season, your plants are going to be weaker, they may be diseased, they're not going to have the proper nutrients, and they may not grow. To get the best performance, you want to prepare your garden beforehand.
To get the best performance from your lungs, you're going to want to support and prepare them before their season. How do you do that?
Some ways you can strengthen your lungs at home are exercise, acupressure, moxa, food, and supplements. Let's look at strengthening the lungs first with exercise. And the most accessible exercise is walking. But you can use any type of physical activity to strengthen your lungs. I just started walking rescue dogs, and you might have seen Abby in my prior videos. I needed to start exercising in a simple, low-impact way, and it was great to be able to marry that with walking rescue dogs. There's all types of exercises you can do, and to make it great, find one that fits your spiritual needs.
What if I'm not into physical exercise? Well, I'm going to share with you a point on the lung channel that you can use to tap or press to improve your lung function.
To find this point, follow your collarbone, also known as your clavicle, towards your arm. And where it meets with the top of your arm, you almost have this like V shape. Move in about 3 finger widths down, and that's your point.
I like to tap this point lightly on both sides for 1 minute a day.
What about Moxa? If you haven't already watched episode 1 and 2 of the Immune Boost series, those 2 episodes give you a great introduction to buying and using Moxa.
I'm going to show you 2 points that you can use to help tonify or strengthen your lungs. And the first one, you actually already saw it in episode 1 of Immune Boost. There was a point right below the knee that we used in that, and we're going to use that same point today in this video. And you can find a link to that video in the video description below, or you can click on this icon up here and it'll take you directly to the video. But if you're on a TV, you're not going to see that icon, and you're going to have to go to the link in the video description below.
You can Moxa this point for a couple minutes, so let me show you how to find this point. From your knee, make sure you're on the outside of your knee and move directly down from the kneecap. And you're going to feel this V where the 2 bones, the tibia and the fibula, meet, and that's right below the knee. So from that point, from the top of that V, move down about 2 or 3 finger widths, and voila, that is the point. And you can Moxa it again for a couple minutes. Now, huge warning, make sure to keep the Moxa moving and don't get the stick too close to your skin to make sure you don't burn yourself. The second point is going to be on the abdomen, right above the belly button. So draw a line directly down the center of your body and then place your hand right above your belly button and measure
your 4 finger widths. And the point is going to be right above your 4 finger widths. And you can Moxa that point for a couple minutes. Are there foods that we can eat that will help strengthen the lungs? And yeah, there are. And in Chinese medicine, it's going to be those potent herbs and foods like onions, leeks, radishes, garlic, all those herbs and foods that have that really strong, bright flavor. And in Chinese medicine, they call that pungent.
Foods in Chinese medicine are categorized just like Chinese herbs. 2 of the category are flavor and temperature. The flavor of foods to support the lungs is pungent, and foods can also warm the body or cool the body. Foods that can warm the body, their temperatures are warming, and foods that can cool the body, their temperature is cooling.
Knowing you can eat these foods to support your lungs is one thing, but if you want to take a deep dive into the theory behind the Chinese nutritional therapy and how that supports the lungs, check out my video, 5 foods you can use to combat the flu. And in it, it takes a deep dive into these foods. It goes over their temperature, their flavor, the organ channels that it addresses, and how Chinese medicine sees each one of these foods impacting our body. And in the meantime, you've learned that eating spicy foods can help support your lungs.
Let me share with you one more thing you can do for your lungs and Wei Qi to get ready for the flu season, and that's supplements. When you're looking at taking vitamins and minerals to support your immune system, Episode 3 of the Immune Boost series, How to Beat the Allergy Season with These 5 Supplements, outlines 5 great supplements to strengthen the lungs and the science behind why they work.
Yeah, if you find yourself getting sick each year, even if it's only one time, your Wei Qi is weak. And there is a beautiful and useful formula in Chinese medicine that focuses on rebuilding your Wei Qi. If you get sick a lot and want to look at using Chinese formulas, then talk to your Chinese medical provider about the formula Yuping Fang Wang.
Now, there's some discussion that you shouldn't take this formula if you're sick, because building up that protective layer surrounding your body, that Wei Qi, what we were talking about earlier, it's going to trap that illness inside, making it harder for you to recover. This formula has 3 herbs in it: Heng Qi, Bai Zhi, and Fang Fang. And it's the herb Heng Qi, which is the strengthening herb that strengthens your Wei Qi. And that's why some practitioners say, this might trap things inside of you. And this formula also has another herb called Fang Fang, which helps push illness out of your body. And other practitioners say that combining these 2 herbs will put a check and balance on your body, making sure that illness can't get trapped inside because Fang Fang is going to push it out. Now, I know and respect practitioners on either side of this discussion, and I really think from my experience, it's all about the individual and your personal constitution on if this is going to work for you or if the Heng Qi is going to be a little bit too strong and trap things inside. And that's why I say, talk to your Chinese medical provider and see if this might work for you.
This formula is generally considered safe, so talk to your Chinese medical provider and see if this formula may be a good option for you. Okay, guys, that's it for this week, and until next time, I'll catch you on the other side.